Happy Halloween, guys! Today I created a Halloween game on code.org. So let's see how it goes. I made this game a lot easier just so we can get the trial over and done with, and since I'm kind of trash at games. I really want to know how many candies you get, so be sure to tell me. So this is how it goes. Every time I get 1 point, every time I get one candy, I get a point. You see that special candy hidden over there? That special candy is giving me 2 points. But since it's kind of hidden by vampires, I'm not going to be tempted by it. And I've already lost. Yay! Well, anyway, that's how the game goes. And once again, be sure to tell me how many points or candies you get. Now, let's do the coding part. Okay, first of all, to create this, you want to go into Create and click on Sprite Lab. Then we come up with this one startup block, which is one run. You know this part where it says candies? We want to set our candies to 0. So you have to go into variables. You have to get this. You have to go in here and you want to rename all counter and you want to make it candies once you rename it. Once you rename it, you want to make sure that you click set candies to 0 by pulling that block out. Done. And then we also want to make sure we print candies so we actually know how many candies we have collected. To do that, we have to drag the print block. We have to go into variables, go into candies, and kind of replace it. Bam! Print candies is done. Now we want to set our background. We want to set our background, I guess, to the spookiest one you can find. I thought that this one was probably the darkest one I could find, and from all the other options, I think this would be the best one. Okay, now we want to make our 3 basic sprites. We want to make our new ghost sprite at the location 80 and 340. Make a new sprite and you have to take in this location block. We want to set its size to 100. We want to make this basket at 200 in the middle of the screen. We want to set its size to 75. Make a candy at the location and set its size to 50. The sizes are just so like the candy is not larger than the basket and the ghost is not tinier than the candy. Okay, now so people actually know how to play, we have this when basket clicked print, collect candy, and hide the screen. You have to do it for the rest 3. So whenever I click on you, it says collect the candy, and then as you can see, it's gonna hide the title screen. See what it does? And then you have I'm coming to haunt you. Basically hide the title screen so it doesn't overflow the page too much. Okay, once you've written down all of those 3 stuff, we'll move on to the directions. When the up key is pressed, you want to move the basket 40 pixels north. You want to do that for the rest 4, up, down, left, right, and 40, and north, south, west, and east. Okay, that's done. Now we want to make sure that we get our candy touching the basket. For that, we want to make sure that when the candy touches the basket, we change candies by 1. We print candies. And then we have 2 if conditions. These 2 if conditions we'll come and use later, and these are basically the special candies that we're gonna make right now. So if you find this condition in logic, so you go into if and you pull this out. If candies is equal to 1, we want to make a new starry sprite at a random location, and we want to set its size to 50. And now let's actually make it back to its harder version. So candies is supposed to be 3. Now let's go on to these. If the candies is equal to, this is supposed to be 6. We make a new, clown block sprite at random location. We set the clown gold sprite size to 50, and then we also have to set the vampire speed to 0.6, and we get the vampires to begin wandering. Okay, now let's do these. We have to change the ghost speed by 2, and we want to make a new sprite at random location. So this is once again all under the category of when the basket touches the candy. So we make a new vampire sprite at random location. We set its size to 40. We remove the candy. We make a new candy at the random location. We set its size to 50, and we play the sound achievement bubbly thingy. So all you need to search up is achievement, and then you have this 1 second bubble achievement thingamabob. Now we have when these ghost is created. So basically when the ghost is created, the ghost speed is going to be set to 3. We have to move the ghost 1 pixels towards the location of the basket, and then the sprite begins wandering. Why we set the ghost speed is because you don't want the wandering to go too fast. Like if you want the game to be trickier, you can make it 4 or 5. The ghost will be moving faster and faster, and that's kind of the same scenario with the vampires. Okay, now we've done the ghost, let's go on to when the vampire is created. When the vampire is created, you want to repeat 10 times. You want to move the vampire 2 pixels towards the location of the basket. Well, the vampire is moving faster than the ghost because the vampire doesn't really constantly move while the ghost does. So the ghost kind of need to slow down while the vampire doesn't need to. And now we have when the ghost touches the candy. When the ghost touches the candy, you want to remove the candy. You want to make a new candy sprite at the random location. You want to set the candy size to 50, just because it's a desirable size. And you want to play the sound, the vanishing item, because the ghost decided to be ruthless and to steal your candy. Now let's go on to when the ghost touches the basket. The ghost touches the basket, you want to play a sound, oops. You want to remove all the sprites, even if you haven't come to if you want to get the special candy, you have to go up to 4. But even if you didn't go there, you want to remove all of them just in case, because there is a possibility the person who is playing the game will receive 2 of these candies. And then we want to make a new You Lose sprite at 200. Just saying, you have to draw this one, or you can kind of find it by searching up in the costumes bar. You want to set You Lose size to 400 because, the people kind of need to see that they lost. When the vampire touches the basket, it's once again the same scenario. You have to do the same thing. Now let's go on to when the basket touches the special candy. When the basket touches the special candy, you want to remove the special candy. You want to change the candies bar by 2. You want to print candies. Then you want to play a different sound of achievement, just so people can differentiate between the 2 candies. And then you want to do when the basket touches the gold bar, you remove the gold bar, you change candies by 3, you print candies, and you play the sound category achievements melodic win, the same one as that one, just so once again they can differentiate between each one. Now I quickly want to go through the costumes. Basically, you can just search up the costumes, but I decided to have my own addition to them. So I kind of drew blood on a ghost and tried to make it look a bit creepier. Same with all the other ones. I tried to make the basket look a lot more friendly. I had to draw You Lose. I had loved the idea of the vampire having blood dripping down, and really thick blood, that is. I added these wonky eyebrows. I don't know, I just think it adds to the profile. And I changed the color of the star. I'm pretty sure it was initially pink or something. And then you add this gold bar. To find all these costumes, and if you want to add all with the costumes, all you need to do is click on the new costume sign and search up candy. Or just go into candy, or you have cats, or you could have just searched up ghost. bam, ghosts of it. And you can search up vampires. Done. So basically, that's all for now. See you later, and stay tuned.